Some things in the world of hockey are meant to be sacred. The roar of the Bell Center, the mystique of the original six, and the bitter, deep-seated, unwavering rivalry between the Montreal Canadiens and the Boston Bruins. It is a feud written in blood, sweat, and Stanley Cups, a rivalry that defines generations. So what in the world has to happen for those two sworn enemies to pick up the phone during the NHL draft and actually make a trade for the first time in 24 years? Well, whatever it is, it just happened. In a move that sent a ripple of shock to the league. The Canadiens and Bruins broke a 2-decade-long Cold War. On the floor of the 2025 NHL entry draft, they struck a deal. Montreal acquired the 69th overall pick from Boston, and in return, sent picks number 79 and 108 back to their hated foes. On the surface, it's a simple exchange of mid-round draft picks, a minor footnote in a busy draft day. But it is so much more than that. This isn't just a transaction. It's a historical event. You have to go all the way back to 2001 to find the last time these two franchises did business. For context, that's when the Bruins acquired defenseman Eric Weinrich from the Habs for defenseman Patrick Traverse. Since then, nothing. 24 years of radio silence, of refusing to give the enemy an inch, of treating each other's front offices as a complete no-fly zone. That long-standing truce has been shattered, and it forces us to ask one simple question. Why? From a Canadian's perspective, this move screams one thing. Conviction. You don't give up an extra draft pick, an extra lottery ticket, unless you are absolutely certain about who you're targeting. Kent Hughes and his scouting staff were clearly watching the draft board with laser focus. They saw a player they had highly rated begin to slip, a player they were convinced would not be available 10 spots later at number 79. So they didn't wait. They didn't hope. They picked up the phone, called their arch-rival, and aggressively went up to get their guy. It's a bold declaration of confidence in their scouting and a willingness to trade quantity for a specific, coveted quality. For the Boston Bruins, the strategy is the polar opposite, but just as logical. By trading down, they essentially turned one asset into two. Their calculus suggests that the players they were targeting would likely still be on the board later in the third and fourth rounds. This move gives them an extra swing of the bat, increasing their odds of finding a hidden gem in the notoriously unpredictable mid-rounds of the draft. It's a pragmatic approach that prioritizes accumulating assets over targeting one specific player. They were willing to let Montreal get their man in exchange for more flexibility and more opportunity later on. But the true story here transcends the strategic breakdown of draft picks. It's about what this deal symbolizes. For 24 years, the rivalry was so intense that the idea of a mutually beneficial transaction was unthinkable. The risk of seeing a player you traded away flourish in the enemy's jersey was too great a humiliation to bear. This trade, as minor as it may seem, suggests a potential thaw in that icy relationship. It's a sign that in the modern, cap-crunched NHL, pragmatism can occasionally trump even the most historic and bitter of feuds. This trade won't be truly judged today. Its legacy will be written over the next 5 years by the careers of the players selected with these picks. Will we look back at this as the day Kent Hughes masterfully sniped a future star from right under Boston's nose? Or will it be remembered as the day the Bruins cleverly turned one question mark into two potential answers? The truce was temporary. The phone call was brief, but the consequences of this rare and historic deal will echo for years to come. It's not every day you see a deal between these two titans, and it raises a fascinating question of strategy. Who do you think won this trade? Do you prefer Montreal's aggressive move to go get their guy, or Boston's more conservative strategy of collecting more picks? Let me know which side you're on in the comments below. And if you love seeing history being made, even in the form of a third-round draft pick trade, hit that like button. The rivalry, it seems, just got a lot more interesting. And if you love seeing history being made, even in the form of a third-round draft pick trade, hit that like button. The rivalry, it seems, just got a lot more interesting.